What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you guys one of my all-time favorite guns that I own, and that is my SIG Cross chambered in 308. This thing is an absolute pig hammer. I'm going to show you guys how I have it rigged out for my thermal hunts, so let's talk about it. So I think the SIG Cross is one of the best bolt guns on the market to rig out for thermal hunting, and I completely understand that's subjective, but here's a little backstory on why I decided this is the one. So back whenever AGM first invited me onto their influencer team, I was like, sweet, this is the perfect excuse to buy a really nice bolt gun to test out a bunch of thermals with. And the SIG Cross has always been a dream gun of mine. But first, I looked at the cheaper end. I was like, all right, let's get a Ruger American or a Howa barreled action and throw it in an MDT or a KRG chassis and call that my little precision testing rifle. Then I started looking at the Bergaras and the Tikkas doing the same thing, throwing it in a chassis. Then I started looking at guns that were kind of already in chassis systems. The SIG Cross, the Seekins, the Christensen NPR, several other brands, and finally, literally after months of hands-on use and a lot of research, I finally decided the SIG Cross is the best thermal-specific bolt gun, so here's why. So starting off, this thing is insanely light. Bare bones, this rifle weighs 6.5 pounds, which is about the same weight, or if not even lighter than a standard 16-inch 5.56 AR-15, and then completely rigged out with a titanium suppressor, full-length Arca rail, and this massive thermal. I think I weighed it out at like 10 pounds. And having a light rig is really important because there have been nights where we've walked 6 or 7 miles carrying our rifles attached to our tripods, which, by the way, I've completely put down my Fat Boy for a while to really put this Fano through the ringer. If you haven't seen it already, I have a comparison video of this thing compared to my Fat Boy. This thing is a pound lighter. It's $900 cheaper, and I've been really impressed with it so far. So I'll have that linked down in the description as well as a discount code for this thing. I love my Fat Boy, but I really want to test this thing out. But this combo makes stalking so much better. Speaking about tripods, I found the perfect Arca rail that makes this thing fit full length on my SIG Cross, which is actually 2 rails. If you want to do what I did, I got the longer Fano rail. This thing is 9.45 inches, and then on the bottom, I got a Zelnux Arca rail, which is 60 millimeters, and it makes it fit exactly perfectly. If you want to find these, I put everything that I use in my Amazon storefront. Make sure to check it down in the description. It's really easy to navigate through there to find all the products that I use. And I have the studs screwed in to make sure that my tripod doesn't back up. And then I have studs screwed in over here for my bipod. And then my bipod is an Arca MDT ground pod, which I love. I use it all the time. I move it between my SIG Cross and my 22 bench gun. And it's really easy to adjust to wherever I need to on this rail. I always just keep it on the end unless I really need to adjust it, but pretty sweet thing. Another thing I absolutely love about the SIG Cross is how adjustable the stock is. So especially whenever I'm always putting different thermals on here, I need to be able to adjust my length of pull and adjust my cheek. I don't need to use any tools with this. It's super easy. I don't want to do it right now just because it sits right where I want it to. And then on the back, I replaced the stock butt pad with it's called a backstop from Backfire. If you've ever seen Backfire Jim on YouTube, he actually makes aftermarket butt pads for almost every single rifle there is, and it reduces so much recoil. It's insane. This thing is a dream to shoot. I have shot semi-auto 308s, and this thing shoots better than most semi-auto 308s. Another thing that this aftermarket butt pad comes with is something called, I think it's called a crown. Basically what it does is it protects your butt pad from going flat over time whenever you keep it in your safe, which I think is a great idea. And 308 doesn't really hurt much to begin with or have too much recoil, but the whole point of me getting an aftermarket recoil pad and why I think it's worth it, especially for me, is I need to make really good footage and I don't want a lot of muzzle rise. Having this added on here, I have really noticed a big difference in having reduced muzzle rise, which is a big help for me. Going back to the gun and ammo, this gun takes AICS magazines, which I absolutely love. Comes with a 5-rounder. You got to get the 10-rounder if you're going to kill pigs. And then ammo I've been using recently is double tap, 150 grain solid copper tipped hollow points. If you know me, I absolutely love double tap. I made a whole video talking about how I love their 223 ammo on pigs when I generally hate 223 on pigs. If you want to save some money, make sure to go down in the description, click on my campsite page. There will be a link to double tap with a code if you want to save some money. But this stuff shoots about sub MOA or MOA at 100 yards, and I'm not really the best shot possible, but I just love how this thing performs, both the ammo and the butt pad. I just love this combo. Another thing that I absolutely love about the SIG Cross that I have yet to find with another bolt gun is the bolt itself. This thing is massive and is literally glass smooth. I have compared this to everything. The Ruger Americans, yeah, of course, this is better. But even the Seekins, the Christensens, I've compared this to $12,000 Gunworks rifles. And yes, you know, the trigger, the barrel may be better, but I can't find anything that's as smooth as this. I put a bunch of gun butter on here, and maybe I got lucky with mine to be this smooth, but I can work this thing so fast. Now the Tikkas are really close. I love a Tikka bolt, but this, I mean, it's hard to beat how smooth that is. There's no play at all. It's just straight glass. Now the thermal, I bet a lot of you guys are asking about this. This is the AGM Adder V2 TS5640. This is by far one of my favorite thermals that I've ever used. It comes with a rangefinder and a ballistic calculator built into the lens. So I press a button, tells me how far a target is, and it'll tell me where to aim. So this thing is absolutely awesome. I'll be playing a few clips from this thing. Not all of them are on this 308. I move this thermal around on a bunch of guns, but I absolutely love this thermal. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Another thing about these AGM thermals, in case you guys aren't aware, they all come with ADM mounts, which are QD mounts, and I trust these things with my life. I can take this rifle, or I can take this thermal off, move it on another rifle, switch to the profile that I'm using for it, and it's 0, and I can switch it back to this, put it in the exact same place, click a few buttons, and it's shooting exactly where I was zeroed before. Another thing I absolutely love about the SIG Cross is the barrels and the calibers. So from the factory, it comes in 3 calibers, 308, 277 SIG Fury, and 6.5 Creedmoor. Let me know down into the comments below if you love 6.5 Creedmoor or hate it. I hear so many stories. But there's so many aftermarket options, and apparently it's super easy to switch out these barrels. I know Straight Jacket Armory makes aftermarket barrels, and Proof Research, you can get steel barrels, carbon fiber barrels. There's so many calibers. There's 243, 22 250. I'll have a whole bunch of lists of how many calibers there are. I mean, you can get this in an 8.6 like shorty build if you wanted to make an SBR. A bunch of the Lopua rounds or the GT rounds or the Dash rounds. It is insane how much aftermarket support is for the barrels. Let me know down in the comments below if you built out your own SIG Cross, what caliber you would make it and what you would use it for. I absolutely love 308, but I've really thought about switching to a 243, so let me know what you think about that. While you're at it, also make sure to subscribe, like this video. If you can do it soon enough and you're on a phone, make sure to hype the video out to help me out. Also, quick shameless plug, if you want to buy your own land to either make your own gun range on it or to hunt on it or build your home on it, I am a licensed realtor that specializes in land and residential sales in the DFW and Northeast Texas area, so all my information will be down in my description. I'd love to help you out. Make sure to give me a call. And then on the end, I have one of the titanium suppressors from Lone Star Silencers with a vented end cap on the end. Don't know the science behind it, but this vented end cap reduces so much recoil as well. It's crazy. Love that. And then I'm a big fan of Die-Free Co. Kung Fu grips. Almost every single gun I own that takes AR-15 grips, I have a Kung Fu grip on here. The grip that came with the SIG Cross was okay, but I wanted something a little bit more vertical. It takes AR-15 grips, so that right there, love that Kung Fu grip. I was talking to Die-Free Co. about getting a discount code for you guys. I haven't gone through with it yet. Maybe check the comments or check the description. Maybe it'll be there. If not, I just didn't go through with it. But yeah, there might be a discount code down in the description. Now let's talk about some of the things I don't like. First off, the trigger. Now the trigger is fine. I love it. It's a 2.5 pound trigger, but one, there's no aftermarket support, and two, it's a crisp 2-stage brake, but it has a little bit of over travel. So there's a chance where you can possibly pull it a little bit too hard and knock your shot off a little bit. I haven't really had that issue, but I just wish it wasn't an issue to begin with. Another thing that I'm not a fan of, which I completely understand, but the mag release being inside the trigger, I've gotten used to pushing it. I do know there are aftermarket companies that do have an extended magazine release. I just haven't really cared to change it out just because it's minor complaints. Now, my last complaint is the folding feature of the stock. Now, I absolutely love it because I can fold this thing. It will fit in a small, like, normal size AR-15 case. It doesn't need to be a massive case. And I will literally throw this thing on my dash sometimes if I don't have any room in my truck. And whenever I first got this connection point used to be rock solid. Now it has a little bit of give. I think the spring went out on it, and I think this is a very minor, rare case that's happened to it because I haven't really heard many other people have this complaint. I talked to the guys at SIG during SHOT Show last year. They said that I could send it to them. They'll fix it, no problem at all. I just haven't done it yet because it's not that big of an issue for me. I'd rather just hold on to this, but at some point I will be sending it over to them to get it fixed. It's not a big issue. You probably won't have the same issue with your SIG. I think I just had a one-off that had this slight issue. Anyway, I hope I was able to persuade some of you guys to get this gun, especially at its price point. It is literally the smoothest bolt I've ever felt, so super fast follow-up shots. It's super accurate and it's super light. Can't go wrong with this thing, especially if you're a thermal hunter. It's gonna work out perfectly for you. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it, what you like to rig out for your thermal hunts. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.